Good morning. We will start with session 9 on chapter acid, bases and salt. In our previous class, we understood about salts. What are salt? That is acidic salt, basic salt and neutral salt. From this salt, how are the different products prepared? That is from a common salt, that is a neutral salt, how we prepare sodium hydroxide, right? Along with sodium hydroxide, there are even other chemicals prepared where we call them as a chloroalkali process. So we prepare sodium hydroxide by using a brine solution, that is nothing but aqueous sodium chloride, and when it is electrified, that is when we pass electricity through the solution, it decomposes into sodium hydroxide, hydrogen and chlorine. We have an extensive wide usage of sodium hydroxide, chlorine and hydrogen in different fields. So in today's class, we will be studying about few more salt. We will first study about bleaching powder, which is called as a basic salt, or it is an alkaline salt, a very basic one. Or what is bleaching powder basically? Or we all might have come across this bleaching powder, right? Do we use it at home? Yes, we also use it. Let's see what it is. Bleaching powder is also called as chloride of lime, which is solid in nature and which has a yellowish white color. So it is also known as calcium oxychloride. The formula for that, what we write, CaOCl2. How it is prepared? When a slaked lime is mixed with chlorine, we get bleaching powder. That is, when a slaked lime, calcium hydroxide is mixed with chlorine, we get calcium oxychloride. It's very simple how bleaching powder is prepared. What are the uses? It is used in bleaching cotton and linen in textile industry, used in wood pulp, in making wood pulp and paper industry. It is used in it is used on the washed clothes in the laundry. It is used as disinfecting drinking water so that it can be free from germs, right? We usually use this to make them free from germs. Now, how do we know that the presence of bleaching powder in water? It has a very sharp smell of a chlorine, what you can say, or a strong smell of a chlorine. Manufacture of chloroform, CHCl3. So it makes bleaching powder when we use it on the clothes, that is woolen clothes, it makes the woolen clothes unshrinkable. It is also used as an oxidizing agent in many chemical industries. We all know what is oxidizing agent. So we know what is oxidation. So what helps in that reaction, which helps in part, is called as oxidizing agent or a reducing agent. We studied that in the first chapter. So these are the few uses of bleaching powder. Now we'll move on to the next salt, what we commonly use in our everyday life, in our everyday kitchen, that is a baking soda. Let's see how baking soda is prepared, what are its properties and what are the uses. So we'll study about the another salt which we commonly use it in our kitchen, which is nothing but baking soda. So we also call that as sodium bicarbonate or sodium hydrogen carbonate, right? NaHCO3. So basically, where are we use this baking soda? We use it for making crispy pakoras. We use it for while making cake, dhokla, etc. Right? You all might have seen where a pinch of thing makes a large amount of difference. There was a question asked once in the CBSE board paper. Name the content or name the salt which is used in making or which is used in a food item which makes the food items crispy. Which is nothing but it is used in making pakoras. And what is that item used? This is nothing but baking soda. This was a question asked once in CBSE board. So, sodium hydrogen carbonate, or we also call that as sodium bicarbonate, or commonly we know that as a baking soda, is obtained by using the byproducts of chloroalkali process. That means it is used by the byproducts, whatever we obtain in that process, through that we use it. It is obtained by the reaction of brine plus carbon dioxide plus ammonia. So what exactly happens here is when sodium chloride is mixed with carbon dioxide and ammonia with water, what is formed? Sodium hydrogen carbonate is formed and ammonium chloride salt is also formed along with it. So this is how sodium bicarbonate is prepared in the laboratory. It is not readily available. These have to be prepared in the laboratory. So generally what a question can come here is give the reaction of sodium bicarbonate preparation. One simple question can come. Usually questions on this are asked about application questions or uses of sodium bicarbonate. Now what are the properties of sodium bicarbonate? It is a white crystalline solid but appears fine powder. You all might have seen, touched sodium bicarbonate. Yes, it is amphoteric in nature. Now what do you mean by amphoteric? We study about amphoteric in metals and non-metals chapter. We have to understand much things to study about amphoteric. So we'll deal with this word amphoteric in metals and non-metals chapter. On thermal decomposition. On thermal decomposition means on passing heat. On thermal decomposition, it decomposes to sodium carbonate. What is sodium carbonate? It is washing soda. So, sodium bicarbonate on heating, that is thermal decomposition, decomposes to sodium carbonate plus carbon dioxide and water. That means whenever you heat baking soda, it releases carbon dioxide, right? That is the only reason. Now it releases carbon dioxide means what? It increases. Now sometimes sodium bicarbonate is used in making pakoras, we say, or it is used in making cake. What is the reason for the cake dough rising? Or what is the reason when you use chana for frying these pakoras? And what is the reason for them being, the dough being raised? That's only because of when you heat this, carbon dioxide gas is released that makes the dough to rise. It is used in making baking powder. This is most very important. Baking powder is different from baking soda. If you have ever noticed, while preparing cake, we use baking soda as well we use baking powder. Both are different ingredients. Baking powder is a mixture of baking soda and an edible acid which is called as a tartaric acid. Now tartaric acid is present in tamarind, right? So together when we add baking soda and tartaric acid, we get sodium tartarate. We usually do not get sodium tartarate readily available. We have to prepare it. How do we prepare it? By adding baking soda and edible acid, that is tartaric acid. We sometimes, to the cake, we also add baking soda and vinegar, right? Or we add baking soda and lime juice. That's only because we are adding some edible acid to it. Now, why do you think we add baking soda and tartaric acid to prepare cake? The reason is because now we have a different type of a smell and taste for a cake or a bakery product, right? That's only because of the presence of tartaric acid. Now, baking soda, since it's a base, it is bitter in nature. That means if you add only baking soda, why not give a try by preparing cake only by adding baking soda, right? What happens? The cake texture, everything might come, but the cake will taste bitter. So, when we actually add tartaric acid, acid and a base neutralizes here, correct? So, what happens? Tartaric acid has a type of a smell and a nature of that is also to give the fluffy nature. Now, baking soda, on heating it produces carbon dioxide. The cake will rise, of course, yes. Along with that, tartaric acid gives the fluffy texture for the cake. Now, the cake can't be hard. It has to be as fluffy as possible, correct? So, that fluffy nature or texture of the cake is because of tartaric acid. And the type of a smell or a type of a taste what is there in the cake because of baking powder, what you can see exactly. Because this is the content. So, while preparing cake, we also add baking soda and we also add baking powder. Now, what are the other uses of baking soda? Let's just see. Uses of baking soda. Baking soda is used in making baking powder. It is used in making toothpaste so that all the bacteria or the plague which is present, it can remove that and gives a shine to your tooth. It is used as a cleansing agent for ornaments. We can clean silver with baking soda. It is also used in fire extinguisher. I think in 8th standard we studied about soda fire extinguisher. Yes, it is used in making fire extinguisher. So these are the commonly uses of baking soda. We'll move to the next one, washing soda, which is called as sodium carbonate, which formula we write as Na2CO3. Now, sodium carbonate is prepared by decomposition of sodium bicarbonate. We saw that in the preparation of when we heat sodium bicarbonate, what happens? It decomposes into sodium carbonate, carbon dioxide gas is also released. So that is how it is produced. I mean, it is not that very easy that at home let us start heating sodium bicarbonate and produce sodium carbonate. No, there is a particular method and a process for that. So the process by which sodium carbonate is produced in the laboratory is called, it is done by Solvay's process. What happens here? So first I have written the same equation, how we produce sodium bicarbonate. Sodium chloride, on treating that with carbon dioxide and ammonia with water, gives us baking soda, that is sodium bicarbonate and ammonium chloride, right? This sodium bicarbonate on further heating decomposes to sodium carbonate, carbon dioxide and water. So this sodium carbonate, what is produced in this process, is called as a soda ash or sodium carbonate, which is in dry nature, or we can say soda ash or the produced sodium carbonate, it is in dry state. Yes, further, the anhydrous sodium carbonate, anhydrous means the dry state of a sodium carbonate, which is called as anhydrous. Hydrated or hydrous means what? With water. Anhydrous means which is in dry state. The anhydrous sodium carbonate, which is called as a soda ash. Further, this soda ash is dissolved in water and recrystallized to get washing soda crystals containing 10 molecules of water of crystallization. I'll make you understand this. So, sodium carbonate plus 10 molecules of water will give you sodium carbonate, that is sodium carbonate decahydrate. Now, what does this mean? Now, through this Solvay's process, what sodium carbonate we get, it is anhydrous. That is nothing but a soda ash which is in a dry state. So, we want a sodium carbonate in the crystalline form. Now, crystalline form is different, right? Powder form is different. Usually, how we get these metals or salt? We get them in crystalline form or amorphous form. You understand about crystalline, amorphous again in detail in metals and non-metals chapter. So, we have to get this in the crystalline form, correct? So, what do we do here? We add 10 molecules of water to it since it is in dry condition. So, when we add 10 molecules of water to it, we get sodium carbonate decahydrate. Those 10 molecules are nothing but water of crystallization, right? So, generally if they ask you what is the formula for sodium carbonate, we generally write Na2CO3 only. But in detail when we go with the process, this is the actual formula for sodium carbonate decahydrate. That's only because these 10 molecules of water are nothing but water of crystallization. Which water of crystallization means which keeps them in the crystal form. Otherwise, they will be in the dry form or dry state. Yes. Now, let's see what are the uses of washing soda. Uses of washing soda, that is sodium carbonate. Now whenever we term here uses of washing soda, sodium carbonate, it is the crystalline sodium carbonate which we are using, which is nothing but sodium carbonate decahydrate, crystalline form. We use crystalline form. We do not use soda ash, that is anhydrous form we do not use. It is used in cleaning clothes, that is washing clothes. It acts as a cleansing agent. It is used to remove permanent hardness of water. What is this permanent hardness of water? There are some salts when we add to the water so that we can remove the permanent hardness of water. Manufacture of glass, soap and paper. It is used in preparing a sodium compound called as a borax. Now borax is a type of a chemical used in the laboratory. It has extensive use. A type of a borax is used in what you can say cleaning, removing the stains, molds, etc. And a type of a borax powder are also used as an insecticides, that is to kill insects. It is also used in detergent cake and powder. Detergent cake is not a cake what we were talking about. So detergent bar, we also call that as a detergent cake. So basically in soap and powder we use it. So these are the uses of sodium carbonate. So in today's class we understood about few salt, that is bleaching powder, how it is prepared, where all we use it, sodium bicarbonate, how it is prepared and again where we use it, and what is even baking powder apart from baking soda we understood. We also understood about sodium carbonate and its preparation process. Now we are left out with only two salt, that is plaster of Paris, we all know that as POP, and another salt, copper sulfate. We will see that in our next session. So in today's class, if you have any doubt, you can call on the same day of the video set. Thank you.